Hey, it is an unstoppable day. Welcome to another episode of the 21 Days of Gratitude. Yes, 21 Days of Gratitude, where we're helping you focus on the things that you already have instead of focusing on those things that you might not have. So you can create an attitude of gratitude in your life and in the lives of others so that the blessings will continue to flow in your life. I'm your host, Terrence, the Unstoppable Coach Leffridge, and I'm grateful that you tuned in again today, whether you did it live or whether you did the replay. Help us spread an attitude of gratitude across your block, across your city, across your state, across your country, and yes, across the world. And each and every day leading up to Thanksgiving, we're going to be talking about gratitude, whether it's me talking about what I'm grateful for, or whether we have a special guest that comes on and tells us their gratitude story. We want to make sure that everybody gets the opportunity to have an attitude of gratitude. And you know what? We've got a great guy today that is going to be sharing his gratitude story with us today. He is a author, he is a speaker, he is an entrepreneur, he is an actor, and yes, he is even a singer. He is a multi-talented Renaissance man. And I don't say Renaissance lightly because his name is actually Sir Charles Cary. So let's welcome Sir Charles to the 21 Days of Gratitude. Hello there, Sir Charles.
Thank you so much, Terrence. Listen, Coach Unstoppable. Let me say first and foremost, thank you for giving me the opportunity to be on your platform. I mean, it's been a number of years that we've known each other and we've crossed paths, and we've done different, mostly virtual events, and I
Yes.
appreciate this opportunity. Thank you.
Absolutely. And one day soon, we're going to turn this virtual friendship that we have into an actual in person connection. So, but as always, thank you so much because you're always gracious with your time. I mentioned the whole soliloquy of things that you do, but you always seem to make time when I reach out to you to come and do great things like the 21 Days of Gratitude. And you've been on our other shows many times, our Unstoppable Story show. You did our Real Men Talk conference a couple of years ago. But some people still may not know how phenomenal you are. So why don't you take a second and just introduce yourself to 21 Days of Gratitude?
Well, welcome everyone. I just want to say once again, the reason that I've worked with Terrence, Coach Unstoppable, Mr. Unstoppable himself, so many times and on so many platforms is simply because he's in the game. He's one of those people that has been around for quite some time, and a lot of people that are in today, out tomorrow, or in for a week, out the next day, in for a month, but over the years, he has maintained his presence. So that's why I'm here first and foremost, because of him, the person that he is. So a little bit about me and why I'm grateful for life is it's simply because life has provided opportunities for me. A lot of people you may know yourself have shown up in your life. They've been, a part of your life. They may have even supposed to have been this or that to you. But, when it's all said and done, you got to realize that life provides us opportunity. Life has many twists and turns, and it's up to us to maintain, to understand how to leverage life, how to benefit, simply put. What does life actually do for you? What does it allow you to do? How do you show up? There's so many components to be grateful for, so many reasons to be grateful, but there's so many components of life that really make a difference.
Absolutely. And you know what? It's over the last couple of years, since the pandemic started, really people have taken this opportunity to be grateful for that thing we call life, that thing that we tend to take for granted. We take it for granted every morning when we wake up. Oh, this was supposed to happen. We take it for granted when we come back home, knowing we made it through the day. Oh, that was supposed to happen. But then the pandemic hit. And then There were days where people woke up that morning but weren't there by the end of the day.
Yeah.
There were days that you spoke to people the night before, and the next day you no longer had an opportunity to speak to them.
Yes.
There were people that had were completely healthy, full of vigor at the beginning of the day, and 3 4 hours later they were on a respirator in a hospital. All those things that we took for granted. But
Yeah.
all those things, the pandemic has really showed us that those are the main things that we shouldn't be taking for granted, because this life is not something that is guaranteed to continue to go on. This life can be taken away in an instance.
Yeah, I used to say a lot of times that, when people say, "Hey, Sir Charles, how you doing?" I'm grateful. And I say it because one, it is authentic, it's how I feel. But because of the pandemic, it seems to be more meaningful to me because of what it's done to other people, how other people and families have been impacted by the pandemic, whether you believe it's real, partially real, or only subjected to certain people, whatever your belief is, that's what it is. However, there have been a lot of people that are no longer here because of it, whether
Yes.
it's the vaccine or not being vaccinated, so I think that in itself is a reason to be grateful.
Yes, and you were grateful even before the pandemic, because you are a survivor, and you went through some things that many people have gone through and most people hope to have never gone through. So you already had this gratefulness for life, surviving what you survived. But
Yes.
now add on this extra layer of it. Does it add any more gratitude for you, or are you still just as grateful even for life, even before
um
the pandemic?
I think I am just as grateful, but I think it's a reminder to be more humbled, have that bit of humility as a reminder that, yeah, not only should you be grateful, but remember people that have gone through what you've gone through may be more vulnerable, and you should really have a bigger appreciation for life, Charles. You know, you definitely, out of all people, better not take anything for granted, even more so now, because we don't really know all the ins and outs and the nuances of, the virus, the vaccine, and all these other things. And you've come through a lot, Charles. So you definitely should be a person that stands on a gratitude platform.
Absolutely. We're hanging out with Sir Charles Cary, author, entertainer, entrepreneur, on the 21 Days of Gratitude. And we're focused on life today. Grateful for life. So if you're watching this live or if you're watching the replay, what does that mean to you? How does being grateful for life resonate with you? We'd love to hear your comments. So go ahead and put them in the comment section. Whether you're doing it live or replay, we will reach out to you because we love to hear everybody's gratitude story. Now we talked about the reasons why you should be grateful, because you could no longer have life. But let's flip it now, Sir Charles, and talk about all the blessings that have been opened up for you, all the things you've been able to achieve because you have that gratitude for life. What has life been bringing to you lately?
Well, I'll just say overall and lately, I mean, I've had the opportunity to travel the world as a peak performance strategy. I have a program now that's in about 21 countries because of I've got a program on Roku TV, for example. In fact, I got a couple. Um,
Congratulations.
thank you. I've got the keynote that I was in several years ago. I believe that's circulating somewhere around the world. There was another show called something about, I don't even know the name because I wasn't the producer, but something about men rock or something like that. That's also being shown around the world. But my own programs, I mean, I'm just, I'll be honest with you, there have been so many things that have happened for me. I still speak at a lot of government agencies, and in fact
Yes.
I've got one coming up this week, in a couple of days, and I just finished speaking in Boston for an accounting company. And I mean, I just did a conference right here in the DMV a week prior to that. So I have been quite busy, and I've been again grateful, pun intended, for all of the opportunities that have been afforded to me. So, what has gratitude done for me? What has life provided for me? It's provided me a way to earn a living and to sustain a reasonably healthy living, even in the midst of all the tragedy, all the things that I've come through. So that's why I'm always grateful and grateful for life. Yes.
Yes, yes. And when you're grateful for life, it there are seeds that fall from the tree. There are acorns that fall from the tree. There are leaves that fall from that tree of gratitude that become a blessing. If you didn't have life, then you wouldn't have those. You couldn't be grateful for those opportunities that life presents themselves. I'm grateful for life returning to, I'm not going to say normal, but the new normal, the new normal where we can exist in spite of the invisible pandemic around us.
Right.
I'm grateful that you were able to go to Boston. I'm grateful that you were able to walk outside of your door in the DMV and actually do a live presentation as opposed to what we're doing now, virtual. I'm
Right.
great. I just did an event in Tampa this past weekend. I was able to go there and be surrounded by people and engage with people and even hug people, Sir Charles. That's something that we took for granted just a
Right.
few years ago. So I'm grateful for life and those opportunities.
Well, I'm gonna let
You
you know right now. Back up. Don't be trying to hug me. Back up. Back up. I may have to throw the Wakanda on you, but
Okay, okay.
I do appreciate it because I know for me that's where I flourish. I
Yeah.
flourish with people in real
Yes.
time. Online is
Yes.
cool, but I like to see their eyes. I like to see that their eyes are thinking as I'm speaking and that they're processing the information. And then when I maybe approach them, they can relate to me directly in real time right there, almost like, body to body. But and I think, talking about being grateful, I think we also have to think about, even though the world is opening back up, it's not over. We still have to be
No.
careful because
Yes.
not only is the pandemic not over or the virus not gone, but we're in flu season. So, things can happen very unexpectedly. So, yeah, okay, get out there, do your thing, make your money and all that, but still be careful.
Yes. And that's another thing to be grateful for. The grateful that you still have a mind that will allow you to be aware and allow you to be cautious.
Yes.
Don't as an analogy to the Matrix, don't just take the red pill and just think everything has magically changed and gone back to what it used to be. You This was brought about because we had got laxed. We
Or
really had
look what they say in the street. In the street, they tell you, "Don't play yourself."
Yeah, absolutely. So definitely those there are so many things to be grateful for, and I think the word life encompasses all those things, because if you didn't have life, then you wouldn't have the ability to experience all the other grateful things that come along with it. So
Absolutely.
we appreciate you for sharing that with us. So, with this thing called life that you're living, you got any upcoming events that we need to know about, or how can people get in contact with Sir Charles Cary?
Well, I'm on all major social media platforms. For me, I'm old school, so for me, major is Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. There may be a few others, but I'm readily available on those. And I do have an event coming up. Like I said, just finished closing out Boston. I did a conference a week prior to that. I'm here with you today. In a couple of days, I'll be doing something for another agency that'll be posted soon. And we're still pushing the book series, the Radiate the Brain and Change the Game book series. But I'm thinking about adding
Fantastic.
one more book to the series, because this one in particular, What's So Hard About Being You, has picked up a lot of steam. A lot of people like this book. They like what I speak about. They like what it tells them about themselves. So thinking about one more book to the series, and then any other books after that will probably be standalone books.
Okay, well, good. Well, you definitely have to reach out to Sir Charles on all of his platforms. You can find him on social media under Sir Charles Cary, the only Sir Charles that I know of. So you should definitely be able to check him out. Billy Miller says, two men look out the same window. One sees the mud, the other sees the stars. Learn how to be grateful in a hateful world. Wow, that is deep. Thank
I
you.
receive it.
Yes, we do. We definitely receive that, and we receive you, Sir Charles. We thank you for all that you do, all that you're doing in the world to help people radiate the brain, to reinvigorate the brain, to think outside of the box, and yes, to be grateful for life and all the things that it brings to us. So as always, brother, thank you so much for hanging out with us with 21 Days of Gratitude, and love you from afar, Wakanda forever, all of that good stuff.
You know
Okay.
it. Until next time.
Yes, absolutely. We want to thank Sir Charles for being on 21 Days of Gratitude, sharing an attitude of gratitude around the world. I just want to add one more thing that I'm grateful for. In case you guys don't know, I am a contributing author in this brand new magazine that's on newsstands and online called She Exists. She Exists magazine. It's a magazine for women by women, but they also include men in there to salute women in what they do. This is the new cover issue with Sabrina Prodick, your financial coach. But wait, there's more. There's a flip side. We had two covers, and this is Carol Bettinger. She's one of the most influential commercial and licensed real estate realtors in the city of Tampa. And you definitely want to check it out. This is a wonderful magazine. We've got celebrities, we've got influential women, we've got everyday, ordinary women in there telling their story, letting you know that they exist. And if you stick and stay and go to the middle of the magazine, you might see somebody you know. If I can get the camera to do it right. Yeah, that person right there, that's me. I've got an article in here each and every quarter, helping you to focus more on what you're able to do and less on what's stopping you. It's the Unstoppable Coach segment in She Exists magazine on newsstands right now in bookstores coming to a city near you. You definitely want to check it out. Go on over to sheexistsmagazine.com, sheexistsmagazine.com, and you can get more information about that. But hey, we're continuing with the attitude of gratitude all the way up to Thanksgiving. And maybe you, just like Sir Charles, would like to share your gratitude story. Come on over, send us an email at tleffridge@unstoppablecoaching.com. Tell us a little bit about your gratitude story. And who knows, you could be the next guest on 21 Days of Gratitude, where we salute an attitude of gratitude each and every day. Now, you know what I say, wherever you are in the world today, don't just make it a great day. Go out and have an attitude of gratitude and make it an unstoppable day. Talk to you soon.